Okay, solve a few economics problems and then we will go and discuss management theories. Okay, so these are some problems which have been asked in the previous question paper. Okay, so I'm just reading, try to answer this. A good can be considered a normal good. Okay, normal good if an increase in income of a consumer causes demand for the good. What should happen? It should increase. Correct? All of you, if you don't know this, this is the definition of a normal good. Okay? If you don't know it, write it down. And here the options were increase, no change, decrease, less than proportionate increase. So the option would have been increase. A would have been the correct option. Got it? Second, which of the following costs declines continuously? Which cost declines continuously? Marginal cost, total fixed cost, D, average fixed cost. Average variable cost, marginal cost, total fixed cost, AFC. Which is the cost which declines continuously with output? Okay, try to recall the definitions. Hmm? Marginal cost. Okay, let me just draw the diagram. You get a marginal cost something like this. And average cost, AVC is like this and ATC is also like this. Are these costs continuously falling? Continuously khali jata hai kya? Curve. It is falling and they are all U-shaped. Okay, marginal cost is U-shaped, AVC is U-shaped, ATC is U-shaped. So which is the cost which is continuously falling? Average fixed cost, because average fixed cost is like this. Fixed cost divided by quantity. तो न्यूमरेटर फिक्स रहता है, जैसे क्वांटिटी इंक्रीज होता है AFC will keep on decreasing. So the correct answer would have been D, average fixed cost. इथे काय आठवायचं होतं की you have to recall the graphs of the cost curves and definition.
ऑडिओ ओके सर.
हेलो,
आवाज येतोय.
ओके, ठीक है, थैंक यू. Thanks, sir, for the feedback. Okay, so online students, if there is any problem, either you turn on the voice and let me know, or you text in the group message. Okay, sir, thank you very much for your support. Okay, one more problem I'm reading. Homogeneous product is a characteristic of perfect competition, perfect oligopoly, both A and B, none of the above. Homogeneous product. Homogeneous म्हणजे एकदम एकसारखे. Homogeneous product is a feature of A, perfect competition, B, perfect oligopoly, C is A and B, and D is none. Which is the choice? Perfect competition, correct. All of you got it right. So the answer would have been A. Okay, objectives of business are related to. Objectives of business are related to A, survival. Okay, B, customer satisfaction. C, employee welfare. Employee welfare. And D, all of the above. Okay, survival हा goal आहे, correct. But is it the only goal? Every business, generally when they produce a good, they want the customers to feel happy about what they are buying. So survival is there, customer satisfaction is there, employee welfare is the goal. So what would have been the correct option? All of the above. Yes, are you all getting this? Let us look at one more. Okay, another name of बैंक रिजर्व रेशियो इज, बैंक रिजर्व रेशियो का और एक नाम. कैन यू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन विदाउट मी गिविंग यू द ऑप्शन? Yesterday's lecture we saw the name. Okay, bank reserve ratio is A, cash reserve ratio, B, statutory liquidity ratio, C, variable reserve ratio, variable reserve ratio, okay, and D is bank rate. Which one will you select? No, bank reserve ratio. What's on a question kai? What is the name for bank reserve ratio? So bank rate is a low interest rate. It cannot be this thing. Variable reserve ratio म्हणजे काय? You can change the rate. So is that another name for bank reserve ratio? I think the best option in the Indian context it is cash reserve ratio. आणि आपण हे कालच केलं होतं. Okay, we have seen 4 problems. Let's check. Which of the following is not a market structure in economics? It is not a market structure, okay? So options given are perfect competition, B, monopoly, C, duopoly, and D, intense competition. Which is not a market structure, not a market structure. What will you select? आपल्या सिलेबस मध्ये काय काय आहे? मोनोपोली आहे, डिओपोली आहे, परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन आहे. So that means these are all the types of market structure. So what is not there? It is not, intense competition is not a market structure, it is a feature. So your answer would have been D. समझ Okay. 57 is a question about which would lead to a shift in PPF. Okay. So first thing you should think about is which would cause a shift in PPF. Production possibility frontier. Think of 2 products, anything, rice and wheat. Okay, and the options given are A, improvement, upgradation of technology, B, exploration of oil reserves, okay, C is massive unemployment, and D is none of the above. तो देखो, none of the above. Okay. Now, if you look at this, exploration of oil reserves is not saying that oil reserves have actually been found. So whether it will cause a shift in the production possibility frontier, we don't know. Correct. Massive unemployment. PPF is about what is possible. It's not about actual production. You have to measure actual with this. So massive unemployment also cannot cause a shift in unemployment. So now you think about improvement in technology. तो improvement in technology की वजह से क्या होता है? ये curve ऐसे, with the same resources you can produce more of rice and more of wheat. So the correct option here would have been A. Done? Did you get this? Okay. One last question, solve this. Given a reserve ratio of 20% and deposit reserve ratio is 20%, deposits are rupees 1000 in the bank. In the banking system would create secondary deposits of, okay, what would be the secondary deposits? Okay, now write down one formula here. Okay, write down one formula, two formulas you have to write down. Total deposits, and they have not given this in your syllabus, remember. Textbook मध्ये नाही हा topic cover केलेला. Total deposits is equal to primary deposits plus secondary deposits. Primary deposits plus secondary deposits. आया समझ में? It is primary deposit plus secondary deposit. Okay. Now write this one more formula. This formula number 1. Formula number 2 is total deposits equals primary deposits upon reserve ratio in decimal form. Okay, in decimals. आपल्याला दिलाय percentage मध्ये, we should convert it into decimal number. Okay, so now let us try to write down what we have been given. सबने दोनों formula लिखा? Have you all written both the formulas? ठीक है. आता first thing is write what information we have. What is the information given? Write that. Write the information that has been given. We are given that primary deposit is equal to 1000 rupees. We are told that reserve ratio is 20%. ठीक है? Now, my request to all of you would be, this is given in percentage. Calculate the reserve ratio in decimal number. That is, we know 20%. 20% means 20 upon 100. Shambarala 20. So how much is this in decimal form? 0.2. Correct. Absolutely right. Step 1 is clear. We converted the reserve ratio from percentage to decimal. 20 divided by 100. How much is it? 0.2. Or you should have got 1 by 5 in fractional terms. Okay. Now fill in the formula and calculate and tell me what will be the total deposits. Let everybody calculate. I think you have done the right calculation. I want each one of you to do the calculation. हे कॅल्क्युलेशन करायला कॅल्क्युलेटर वापरला लागायला नाही पाहिजे. तुम्ही कॉस्ट अकाउंटंट होणार आहात, सगळे कंपनीचे पैसे तुमच्या हातात असणार आहेत. फायनान्स सगळं कंट्रोल करणार तुम्ही, मग असे कॅल्क्युलेशन केले तर कसं चालेल? किती आलं? Okay. So now look what is the question asking. The question is asking what is the secondary deposit. So now fill it in the first formula, whatever information we got. Total deposits is equal to, what is the formula we have? Total deposits equals primary deposit plus secondary deposit. Total deposit किती आहे? Right, this, yeah, 5,000. Okay. Then look, primary deposit also we have been given. What is that number? Yes, good. 1,000. Okay. So tell me what is the secondary deposit now? 4,000. So either options थे. Let me write down the options that were given in this problem. A 3,000. B, okay, K stands for 1,000, okay, 4, B was 4,000, C is 5,000 and D is 6,000. Which one would you select? How much is the secondary deposits created? Secondary deposit किती create झाले? 4,000. So remember this was a very tricky question, ना? Why was it tricky? बहुत बच्चे लोग क्या मार्क करते थे? 5,000 मार्क करते थे. टोटल डिपॉझिट कॅल्क्युलेट झाल्यानंतर आपल्याला लगेच वाटतं की ओके हे प्रश्नात उत्तर आहे. सो यू सी दॅट क्वांटिटी विल इमिडिएटली मार्क ॲट 5,000. बट द क्वेश्चन वाज गिवन लीगल रिझर्व रेशियो ऑफ 20% and an initial deposit of 1,000 rupees in banking system would create secondary deposit of. Got it? Okay. Fine. One last question you solve. Pestle analysis is. Look at the options. Okay. Can you all recall and write what is PESTEL? P stands for political. E for economic. S T technology. E environment and L legal. Very good. Okay, the options are A simple to understand and tough to implement, simple to understand and quick to implement, tough to understand and easy to implement, tough to understand and tough to implement. Yeah, it's a very tricky question. I think I would go with tough to understand and may not be easy. You don't know whether it will be easy or tough to implement. I would say C or D would be the right option for you. Okay, fine. We'll look at more questions later. Let's start back with our management. Yesterday when we stopped, we were discussing organization theory, right? Okay. And we had come till the point of solving question number 100, right? Yeah, any problems with what we have done so far? Anyone? Okay. Question number 101 I am reading. Okay. From your study material, page number 283. This question to my mind is ambiguous. Okay. It doesn't have any clear answer. The message to be transmitted through verbal medium may be. A message to be transmitted through verbal medium may be orders, instruction, reports. All of the above. Yeah, but generally It could be all of the above. Yeah. Orders, instructions, and reports. काय answer? मागे? All of the above. Okay. But it's a little tricky because reports, instructions, orders, you generally think all of them are in writing. है ना? Oral communication include face-to-face talks, formal group discussions, grapevine, all of the above. Okay. Please rewrite this word grapevine. What is the meaning of grapevine? Informal communication in an organization. Informal communication in an organization is called grapevine. समझ लगा? Informal communication in an organization is called grapevine. So what would have been your choice? All the above. Got it? 103. Let's look at 103. Formal communication is generally expressed in writing in manuals, bulletins, annual reports and handbooks. All the above. Okay. कंपनीचे जे असे काय काय असतात की लाईक सेफ्टी इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स that book is called a safety manual. Once you have to look at that, or operation procedures are written down, they are called a manual. Okay. Bulletin are small publications, like, okay, maybe, and annual reports and handbooks deal with. Okay. 104. Filtering means. Filtering. Okay, in the context of communication, it means hiding some meaning, disclose the information, sending the message, none of the above. Yes, I think the best option here is A. Disclose the information. Filtering is something you are taking away. Correct? So it would not be disclose of information. Sending the message is a different idea altogether. Okay, none of the above is not correct. So the best option here would be 104 would be A. Are you all agreeing with this? Yeah, online students, are you all following? Any problems with what is being, I cannot see the app. Yes. Online students, are you all fine? You are able to see spotlight is on me. Hello. Nikita, Sagar, anyone, Deepika, Shrutika, Karthik. Okay, thanks. I'll proceed back. Yeah, okay, good. So let's proceed. Okay, filtering we finished, right? Like let's go to the next one. 105. Which one is not a barrier to communication? Okay, not a barrier. Barrier म्हणजे obstacle. Okay, something that prevents the communication. Not a barrier. to communication. Okay, listen to the options carefully. It's 105. Filtering emotions, message, language. देखो filtering म्हणजे काय? Something may be removed. So is that a barrier to communication? हाँ, because अगर कुछ critical information निकाल दिया तो maybe you will not understand it correctly. So A is not the right option. Think about emotions. Emotions के वजह से भी misunderstand हो सकता है message. Okay. Like for example, if you say how you say yes or no also may matter, you know. कि reluctantly somebody saying yes and agreeing with wholeheartedly may be very different. Message is what is there. You know, okay, let us try to think about message. Let's keep it aside. We are not able to clearly say whether it is or is not a barrier. But look at language. आपण जर का मराठीमध्ये मेसेज पाठवला किंवा हिंदीमध्ये मेसेज पाठवला सामनेवाले को आई नहीं रहा है ये लैंग्वेज and there is no Google Translate available. So what would be the best option? I would say C, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look at it. Answer key मध्ये बघा काय? C आहे. Okay. So you got the logic. Logic समजलं कसं आन्सर करायचा क्वेश्चन? Okay. Tendency of people to interpret the same message in different ways may act as a dash barrier. Tendency of people to interpret the same message in different ways may act as a dash barrier. Okay, so you are interpreting a message in two different ways. That is a barrier to communication. It could be due to emotions. I'm doubtful whether emotions can cause you to interpret in. C is time pressure. Time pressure मुळे सुद्धा it's very unlikely that you are likely to see the meaning in different ways. Selective perception हो सकता है ये, but ये भी देखो semantic. Semantic means language barrier. तो अगर वो language से भी ज़्यादा क्या है ये meaning. Semantics means meaning. So I think this goes most close to the perception means how you are seeing the situation. Okay, so tendency of people to interpret the same message in different way may act as a semantic barrier. That's what I would select. I don't know. Check the A है. Logic समझलो तुम्हाला कसं solve करायचं. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead. 107. Which of the following are barriers to communication? 107. Which of the following are barriers to communication? Information overload, non-verbal cues, yes, non-verbal cues, time pressure, and all of the above. Yeah, all can be barriers to communication. म्हणजे खूप जास्त information असेल तर you may not be able to understand. Non-verbal clues are there which you may not understand. Okay. Time pressure again can cause be a barrier too. So is it 107D? Can you check? Which of the following are barriers to communication? Is it all these above? Okay. So all can be a barrier to communication. Let's come to 108. Task of ensuring activities are producing preset target or goal is known as. Okay, the task of directing means trying to tell what should be done. Control, we don't know, let's keep it aside. I think this could be it. Coordination means getting all to work together. So that is not relevant. D is none. So ask of ensuring activities are producing preset targets or goals is known as, I think it would go with control. Control. Okay, I want all of you to do one very important control target. Your objective is to become a cost and management accountant. Immediate objective is that you have to pass the foundation exam with good marks. Correct? So that is the goal. Activity क्या है to achieve that goal? Studies. So every day you have to put this control on yourself. Evening time or night time when you are about to sleep, you have to check what was the target you are supposed to do, how much effort you have actually put. Okay? If you are finding that you are not putting enough effort, next day morning you have to start studying more. Okay, if you are on target, then you should give yourselves a good this thing and continue doing the same in times to come. But this is a very, very important idea. Keep that in mind, not just in management, but also in your personal life. Okay. 109. Control is any process that guides activity towards its predetermined goal. Okay, put a circle on this. We'll do all these authors' theories in some time. Okay. 110. Let's look. Control function is closely connected to planning, organizing, coordination, all of the above. No, but it would also be related to coordination and organizing. Na? No, but according to me, control will apply to all activities. Na? Whether you will do the coordination properly or not. Planning बराबर रहेगा, but coordination नहीं रहेगा. So you have to control all the activities that are involved. So in that sense, I think it should be D, all of the above. Can you check 110? Planning बोल रहे हो? Okay. Keep it in this thing. I will have a relook at this. Okay. Okay. But see, you cannot have a control on this. You have goals and plan. That is fine. But it may also be related to your other activities also, right? Okay. Let's come to 1012, which is very important. All of you try to solve this. Control system follows the following sequence. Try to answer the question before I write this down. Which one would you select? A is establishment of standards, measurement of actual performance, comparing actual performance with standards and taking corrective action. Okay, nothing looks wrong here, but let's look at B. Establishment of standards, measurement of actual performance, take corrective action. Comparing actual performance with standards. What is the problem with B? B मध्ये problem काय आहे? आपण corrective action कधी घेतो? Only when we know that there is a shortfall or something is going wrong. So that's why B doesn't look logical. Let's look at C. Establishment of standards, comparing actual performance with standards, measurement of actual performance, taking corrective actions, none of the above. Okay, see, there is one thing. I would say that comparing actual performance with standards, measurement of actual performance. Okay, there is a repetition between A and C, right? Hmm? But in A also it's been Oh, okay. You cannot compare actual performance with standards unless you have measured the actual performance. Correct. Again, the logical sequence is missing in C. So the best option is A. Got it? Please write this sequence. It's an important theoretical idea. How does control system work? Write this. Control system. What is the logic? First, you have standards. After putting the standards, you have to measure actual performance. Third step is comparison. Comparison between actual versus standard, and fourth is corrective action, if any. Okay, all of you got this? This is the sequence of control activities, and all of you ensure that this is exactly the way in which you try to evaluate your studies. Okay? Every day you first need to set up how many hours studies you are going to put in. And exactly try to establish a control system. Anywhere it is going wrong, try to find some way of controlling. Coming back on the right track. First step in control process is, okay, answer this without, on the basis of what we have done right now. What is the first step here? Establishment of standards. Okay. So the answer would have been B. Okay. 114 standards or objectives, targets against which actual performance is measured may be expressed in physical standards, money standards, time standards, any of the above. Think like this: if you are making your study targets, in what form they would be? अभ्यासाचा आपण goals बनवले तर ते कशात येतील? In what physical time units you will get? Time. Or maybe it could be subjects that you are going to study. So you can very easily see that this could be physical standards or time standards. Money standards असू शकतात का? अगर आपको पॉकेट मनी फिक्स दिया है तो जनरली you know how much money you can spend. Got it? So in the same way for companies you can have all four types of standards: physical, money, time standards. समझ रहे? Okay. If actual result is far from the desired result, corrective action is called for, and it includes, okay, actual performance. Let's write this. Actual performance is less than the standard. Okay. Corrective action is called for. It includes resetting standards, reallocation of duties to employees, providing motivation to the employees, any of the above. See, resetting standards also may work sometimes, because if you have set up very high standards which are not easy to achieve, then you may have to relook whether that is feasible. Okay, so that in that sense it can work. Reallocation of duties to employees. होऊ शकतं. If you find that some employees are not working according to the expected efficiency, so you may have to change the duties. Providing motivation to employees. Yes, if somebody is not working enough, you want to motivate them. It's up karo ye. Any of the above. I think any of the above would work. Check. What is the answer? D ना? समजलं ना? का असं होऊ शकतं? ओके. Okay. CPC. Now remember, write this full form. Critical point control. Okay. म्हणजे there may be one established standard where you may look at. You know, where is the, if you want to monitor performance, you may look at one particular something like output of the day. That may be the critical point of control. कि किती production झालं. Okay. So that is called critical point control. So which one will you select in 116? Read the options and tell me which one would you select. B. Critical point control. Okay. Just one thing. There is one more short form which we will come to know later, which is called CPM. Okay, that is a method you will study when in costing. It is called critical path method. Okay, it is not the same as CPC. तो एग्जाम में कभी आया CPC, CPM, you don't get confused. Okay, CPC is critical point control and critical path method. That is a way of what do you say, project management. Okay, so that's a different idea. Keep that in mind. Okay. 117. Selected key areas for control are. Tell me. 117. Selected key areas for control. Selected key areas. See, everything is given here. Key areas. Where is this word getting repeated? Which option? The selected key areas for control are called. Which one would you select? Selected key areas are called. I would go with key result areas. KRA, key result areas. Because it's key and area both getting repeated, and you want to look at control, so it is about results. Check what is the answer. All of the above. Okay. So this is a little confusing. Key success factors. Okay. Maybe key result area, key success factors, and C is strategic points. Okay. So all of this can serve as key areas. Key areas for area. So I don't know, means ये थोड़ा complicated, means some questions are ambiguous. Just keep that in mind. Okay. But have you all got idea what is key results and key success areas and all this? Okay, again write this 1118. ABC is a method of inventory control. Okay. You will be doing this in costing. ABC analysis is used in inventory control. I'm telling you, because it's a part of your. You'll be doing so. It is like this. It is a. I would select here critical point control. CPC. Okay. But okay, this you could not have solved because you have to know that ABC analysis is used for inventory control. Okay, just write this. Is used for inventory management. Inventory second name माहिती है? Stock of finished goods and work in process that companies have. Okay, so okay. Under ABC, just I'll tell you what. Okay, you cannot guess this one, and you cannot do all of this. Is that you are categorizing in terms of value, which are the most valuable inventory. म्हणजे तुम्ही त्याच्यात ग्रेडेशन करताय A, B and C. So the most valuable thing would be A. Just ignore that. Hello, continue. They just don't continue. Or let's do one thing. You take a 5-minute break. Come back exactly in 5 minutes. We'll meet for another 15-20 minutes after that. Okay. We'll try to do. Okay. Online students also. Yeah, online students, I'm giving a 5-minute break. Try to come back in 5 minutes. It's 12:50 now. Come back by 12:55. Okay. Is that clear? Have you understood? Online students? Hello, are you all there? Sagar, Shrutika, Deepika, I'm given a 5-minute break. Hello.
अशी बसवली ना आता करून बघा.
Students, can you just log in? Can you just confirm that you are able to? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, Sagar, thank you very much. Okay, yes. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. Hello. Okay. Thank you. Let's start. Okay. ठीक है, thank you. ठीक है. Okay. So we did. Okay, when you are going to be doing your cost management accounting at intermediate, you will do this inventory management technique in great detail. ABC method. Hello. Yeah, let's begin with the. Okay. Okay. Okay, 120, question number 120 doesn't look to be correctly framed. Control by exception is known as management by objectives. Management by exception. Critical point method, none of the above. Yes, which one would you select? Control by exception. So that means you look at only performances which can be either way. Suppose you have a standard and your standard and your actual performance. If it's significantly more, either you have done much better or you have done very poorly. So you are looking only in what are called as exceptions. If everything is going as per the plan, then you don't look into the activity. Okay, that minimizes the management time. So just look at question number 120. Control by exception is known as management by exception. I think that is what I would say. 20B. Okay. 121. Control by exception. Managers at each level should pay attention only to exceptional deviations, significant deviations, exceptional and significant deviations, none of the above. Okay, so I would say your significant also may be important. So exceptional and significant. Can you check? C answer. Okay. Yeah, but it's a very confusing terminology, remember? Lot of post control is known as post means after the activity. Post control is known as C. Pre-control is before. Concurrent means is at the same time. Feed forward control is something which is a combination of this. So the post control, because it's about feedback is always after the activity. Feedback is always after the activity. So it would be post control. Okay. Check whether that is the correct option. Post control and this is correct. Have you got the logic why it is by feedback is the post control? Hello. Online students, are you also following? Am I audible? Just can you check? One minute. Yeah. Can you all hear me? Hello. Let me read 123. You're not able to hear me. Okay. Are you able to hear me? No. Hello. Okay. Yeah, online students, you are able to hear me? Okay. Pre-control is known as. Now check pre-control. Pre-control means it has to be before. Okay. Definitely it is not feedback control, because feedback control we know is feedback control is post feedback. Okay, so this doesn't look like pre-control. Concurrent means actually along with the activity. So it cannot be, by its definition, it cannot be pre-control. Pre means before. It cannot be post-control. Okay, so the most feed-forward control is something which is anticipated, like kind of. It would be a pre-control activity. Can you check whether this is right? 124. Which control is based on the notion that we can have control over events that will take place and not the events which already have taken place. Which control is based on the notion that we can have a control over events that will take place and not on events which have already taken place. Yeah. Sorry. Which control is based on the notion that we can control, we have control over events that will take place and not on events. So if you think we are at this point in time, okay, everything that has happened earlier is kind of history, right? You cannot change that. Only events that can happen in future can be controlled. Okay, so you have to only worry about which control is based on the notion that we have control over events that will take place and not on events which have already taken place. So post is after the activity, concurrent is during the time. So this I would say is pre-control. Okay. Check. A. Okay, I'll just underline this. I will get it clarified with somebody else also. Okay. Let's move to 125. Concurrent control is known as concurrent म्हणजे along with the activity, same time. What will you select? Which of these following options will you select? Post control, pre-control, real-time control, feed-forward control. Real-time control, yes. It looks like the best option in the given options. Check करा 1.5 CA का बराबर. Okay, inventory control, production control, quality control are administered as post control, real-time control, pre-control, none of the above. What would you select? And give me the logic. Inventory control, production control, quality control. Think like you are a manufacturing company. Can you wait for everything to do post control or pre-control? Inventory control, production control, quality control would more or less be real-time control. Okay, you'll have to actually monitor and continuously keep like it's kind of concurrent control. So check whether B is the right option. Because you have to continuously, these are so strategic activities that you cannot just keep waiting. You know, you have to check them on a daily basis. Current control may also be regarded as current control. may be also regarded as. One 127. Let us have a look at this. Controller. Current control is regarded as steering control, internal control, external control, none of the above. Can anybody give me the answer? Online students, can any one of you answer and give me the logic? Your current means what is the happening activity, right? Current situation. So what would you be the best option? Yeah. Steering control, because you are all the time it's like concurrent control, you know. So check with the 127 we have A as option. A. Current control may be regarded as steering control. Okay. So it's like a type of concurrent control. Preventive control is known as, means you're trying to prevent something that is happening in future. Preventive control is known as, I would say preventive meaning it's something to happen before. So preventive control, my choice would be pre-control. B. म्हणजे you're trying to anticipate something and try to avoid it. काहीतरी disciplinary action घ्यायची तर तुम्हाला you may try to see that it doesn't happen. The discipline is maintained, so that would be kind of pre-control. Okay. 129. Let's look at the term cybernetics. Okay. The term cybernetics was just write this. It was invented by Norbert Wiener. Norbert Wiener. Okay. And it is something to do with engineering and machines and their behavior. Okay. Cybernetic control. Can one of you give a search for what is the exact meaning of the word cybernetics? Cybernetics. That will give us an idea about what is the Yeah, anything
that.
cybernetic. Okay. So just look cybernetics. It is in physical and biological systems. Some messages transmitted in the form of mechanical transfer of energy, a chemical reaction or any other means, which is known as cybernetics. Okay. So it's kind of a feedback system. Look at this thermostat in a refrigerator. Thermostat क्या करता? Thermo means temperature, heat. Thermostat regulates heat. Okay. Or regulates temperature. Okay. So thermostat in a refrigerator operates on the principle of steering control, preventive control, cybernetic control or real-time control. It would be C, cybernetic control. Got it? Cybernetic control. Okay. Fine, let us try to do a few more problems. Engineering process controls, computerized controls, procedure rule-based operational controls are examples which apply to. Okay, answer this question without me telling the options. Cybernetic. Okay, all these mechanical devices which have been programmed, which engineering process controls, computerized controls, procedure rule-based operational controls, all these are examples of cybernetic control. Okay. 132. Which of the following are techniques of control? Budget is definitely a technique of control. Management information system. Okay, write this formula. Acronym MIS stands for Management Information System. Okay, so budgetary control, managerial management information system, control, management audit. Management audit. Just like your financial audit, you would want to audit the activities of the management. Okay. So all these would be techniques of control. Do you agree that these are all techniques of control? So the answer would be all of the above. Got it? The answer would be all of the above. Because why? Budget is used as a technique for control. MIS is used as a technique for control, and management audit is also used as a technique of control. Okay. 133. Break-even analysis. Okay, please write. What is the break-even point? Break-even is a situation of no profit, no loss. Or no profit, no loss situation is a break-even. And break-even analysis is the analysis of revenues and cost. Revenue, cost and profit for the company. Break-even analysis is the analysis of revenue, cost and profit of a company. Okay. When you go in intermediate, you'll study there is a distinction, or we know it right now, between fixed cost and variable cost. Okay. So your entire marginal costing is based on this idea. And therefore the answer for this question is that break-even analysis is based on cost, volume, profit analysis. और ये बहुत important है. Your entire CMA study is dealing with this. Cost, volume, profit relationship. Okay. So break-even analysis is adopted as a tool for break-even analysis is adopted as a tool for. My guess here would be, what would your guess be? Actually, it would be all revenue, cost and profit. But he has given none of the above as option. So, if you have to choose only one option here, what would you choose? Profit planning. Because break-even means zero profit. Neither profit, no loss. मराठीत काय म्हणतो आपण त्याला? Correct. ए तोटा दोन्ही तोच म्हणतोय. नफा means नफा आणि फायदा सेम असे ना. Okay. 135 break-even analysis is a technique of very difficult to choose. Planning and coordination, control and decision making, planning and control, planning and budgeting. Break-even analysis is a technique for planning and control, because budgeting is a type of control. Okay, budget is also a type of control system. So check C, 135C. Correct. का हे याच्यात budgeting पण चुकत नाहीये. पण budget is a type of control. So it's better to choose the larger, the bigger category. Planning and control rather than going for planning and budgeting. A systematic evaluation of functioning, performance and effectiveness of management in an organization is known as a systematic evaluation. Evaluation म्हणजे काय? If you write a test, your knowledge is being evaluated. Means what is being done? Maximum marks are 100 and how much you score? Say if you score 100 on 100, that means you are very good. But if suppose you score 60 on 100. So it is evaluation. Okay. So now keep that meaning of the word evaluation in mind and solve this problem. A systematic evaluation of the functioning, performance and effectiveness of management in an organization is known as. What will it be known as? Yes, I think it would go B. Management audit. Why it is not MIS? Management Information System is about reporting. It is not necessarily about evaluation. It can be used for evaluation, but it is not the basis for this. Okay. So what is the option? Can you check whether that is correct? 136B. Okay, let's look at 137. Dash and dash are created in organization based on the principle of similarity and relatedness of activities performed. हे organization मधला part है. Dash and dash are created in an organization based on the principle of similarity and relatedness of activities performed. See how you divide the organization into different parts, like say for example production and finance. Correct? So what would your answer be? Dash and dash. On the principle of similarity and relatedness of activities performed. None of the above. Why? I think it would be departments and divisions are created in an organization based on the principle of similarity and relatedness of activities performed. म्हणजे suppose you are having a production department. Okay. The production department मध्ये तुम्ही हे नाही देणार. Banking statement create करायचं काम त्यांना नाही देणार. Why? Because this work is not closely related to the work of production of goods and services. Have you got this? Our departments and divisions are created in an organization on the principle of similarity and relatedness of activities performed. 138 बघू. Let's check 138. Okay. Give me another 5-10 minutes. We'll try to wind this up. Okay. Dash is the right to act and extract obedience from others. Is the right to act. It's a right, remember. It's a right to act and extract B. Correct. So in a class, suppose you think like the teacher has certain rights. Okay, and students have different rights. So generally discipline, teacher can tell what the student can do, cannot do. In office, boss can decide what is the worker's behavior. So dash is the right to act, authority is the right to act and extract obedience from others. Check this. Is that right? Authority. Okay. समजलं तुम्हाला authority म्हणजे काय? Municipal authority levy tax on us because they have a right and they have we are obliged by the laws to obey them. Okay. 139. The process of assigning work to others and giving them authority to do is. Right, this is the definition of delegation. Delegation's artha hai. It is a just write this down. Delegation is the process of assigning work to others and giving them the authority to do so. Who can do this? Top manager can give it to the middle manager. Middle manager can give it to the junior managers. Okay. Did you get this? That is called delegation. Okay. Now answer problem number 140. Everybody should be able to answer. Delegation takes place between superior and subordinate, superior and superior at same levels. Generally not. Because delegation can be given subordinates and peers. So what would your option be? Superior and subordinate. म्हणजे manager and person reporting to him. Delegation may be Okay, write this. All these are the forms of delegation. It can be specific or general. It can be written or implied. Okay. Third is it can be formal or it can be informal. So what will be your choice? All of the above. What activity enables the managers to distribute their workload to others? म्हणजे manager is giving some part of his work to be done by others. Delegation. Which activity enables managers to distribute their workload to others? No, but it is not saying the chief managers. So it is using the word managers to distribute their workload to others. Either it could be decentralization or it could be delegation of authority. हाँ. No, तुम्हारे हिसाब से क्या आंसर है? A, B, C. Delegation of authority. Yeah, it looks like that, but decentralization also could mean something similar to this. Means decentralization means rather than taking all the decisions at the topmost level, you are allowing the decisions to be taken at a lower levels of management. That would mean decentralization. म्हणजे suppose एक car purchase करायची कंपनीला, so who can decide? Can the managing director take a decision on the car? So maybe that power is given to the department manager. You can buy a car for this purpose. So in that sense, is it decentralization or delegation of authority? Put a circle on this. This is a little tricky one. We'll check this later. But what is the answer given? Can we tell? Okay. It is delegation of authority. But let us try to have a look at this again. All those which we are circling, we'll come back to them again. Okay. Now 143. Delegation helps improve job satisfaction, motivation and morale of generally जिसको authority दी जाती है he feel good ना. Means suppose you have been selected by your senior and you have been given authority. Then whose job satisfaction, motivation and morale may increase? Will it increase the one who is giving you the work or जिसको authority मिल रही है उसकी increase होगी? What would you select? I think the answer would be delegation helps improve the job satisfaction, motivation and morale of subordinates. Means जो juniors है उनको आप power दे रहे हो ना. So they will feel better and more important for the organization. So it would be A. Check whether it's right. Okay. Dash increases the interaction and understanding among managers and subordinates. I would select delegation. Delegation increases the understanding among managers and subordinates. But check it. D. Correct. पण ह्याला म्हणजे असं थोडं ambiguous answer आहे. Okay, 145 let's check. Delegation enables a manager to obtain the specialized knowledge and expertise of. Delegation से किसको power मिलता है? Subordinate. तो subordinate का knowledge will get used ना? Specialized knowledge. So it would be subordinate. The process of delegation involves the following steps. The process of delegation involves the following steps. determination of results expected, assignment of duties, granting authority, all of the above. No, जब आप किसी को पावर दे रहे हैं तो उसके ऊपर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी भी देते हो ना कि you are expected to give so much results. So what is the right answer here? Determination of results, definitely what is expected will be given. Assignment of duties, yes. Granting authority, yes. So what will be the answer? All of the above, correct. Managers are reluctant to delegate authority due to the following reasons. Lack of confidence in subordinates, yes, that may be possible. Afraid of losing his importance, yes, that is also very much because वो junior ही सब decisions ले रहा है, ऐसे हो सकता है. When they like to dominate the whole show, that's also possible. So what will you select? All the above, correct. Okay. Authority should dash with responsibility. Okay. In the same measure as responsibility. And that word is called commensurate. म्हणजे it is in the same, right, this commensurate is in the same measure. Common measure. So authority and there should be a commensurate relationship between authority and responsibility. And responsibility. Commensurate relationship between authority and responsibility. 150 dash cannot be delegated. क्या चीज हम नहीं डेलीगेट कर सकते हैं? Authority we can delegate. Responsibility also we can delegate. Accountability can be delegated. So I think power looks like. What is the answer? What cannot be delegated? I would have gone with B. Or accountability. What cannot be delegated is your accountability. Still the manager will become responsible for this. Okay. क्या है आंसर देखो? D. Accountability. हाँ? नाही पण तुम्हाला तुम्ही जर का डेलिगेट केलं मॅनेज खालच्या लोअर रँक मॅनेजर को तो इज द लोअर रँक मॅनेजर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर एव्हरीथिंग यू आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर एनीथिंग असं नाही होऊ शकत ना बिकॉज यू आर स्टिल द सिनियर सो यू कैन गिव द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बट अकाउंटेबिलिटी विल रिमेन विथ यू मींस आप गलत पर्सन को अथॉरिटी नहीं दे सकते ओके विल सॉल्व वन लास्ट वन एंड विल स्टॉप authority and dash should be co-extensive. Responsibility. Correct. Okay. Chalo, we'll stop here. Okay. Thank you.